Now on Nightside, a pedestrian hit by a car downtown is now in the hospital in critical condition.
I'm tracking the next round of snow on the way for your weekend. I'll let you know when it will arrive and how much to expect in the first alert forecast.
And Ferris High School went into lockdown mode today. The threats made on social media. You're watching 4 News Now, Nightside. Thanks for staying up with us. I'm Derek Dice. Someone is in critical condition at a hospital after police say they were hit by a vehicle in downtown Spokane. The crash happened at around 2:30 this afternoon on Maple near 3rd. Police say the person was crossing the street illegally when they were hit. They were taken to the hospital with a serious head injury. The driver stayed at the scene and was cooperative with police. The driver likely will not face charges. The intersection was reopened at about 4:30 this afternoon. Students at Ferris High School were accompanied by extra police patrols today because of online threats made against the school. The principal said Ferris went into secure and teach, meaning doors are locked, but regular activity can continue inside out of an abundance of caution for part of the day. Parents had the option to excuse their students from school for the rest of the day. Well, with snow piling up in the passes, the Washington Department of Transportation and Washington State Patrol want to remind you to have chains handy and make sure they fit before you hit the road. Take a look at this. One semi-truck driver was ticketed for using a USB cable to try to secure his chains. The DOT also recommends using traction tires when driving over the passes. Recently, they wanted to clarify what exactly that means. The DOT says a traction tire is a type of manufactured tire with at least 1/8 of an inch of tread, marked with M and S or all season, or marked with a mountain snowflake symbol. Putting on your chains also makes any tire a traction tire. All right, let's get things over to Chris Crocker. We've been talking about this snow that's coming in this weekend,
yes.
And maybe not as much as we initially expected, though.
You know, it has been a moving target, Derek, all week, and the factor that is making this so difficult is the warm air coming along with it. Where will that snow line settle? And it has been changing, but here's a look at the most recent thinking in terms of how much snow we can expect starting Saturday night and through Sunday morning. In general, around the Spokane and Coeur d'Alene area, 2 to 4 inches, with some locations getting more in the 5, possibly even 6-inch range, but those will be on a much more isolated basis. And this is beginning to become more of a consensus. But again, there are some moving parts here. Here's a broader view on some of the forecast snowfall totals that we are looking at. And the heavier snows right now, it looks like will be found south of I-90 in those central Panhandle Mountains, but then down into parts of the Idaho Palouse. Once you cross into Washington, those totals go down. And where you see no snow at all, that's that warm air trying to take over. And if it makes it a little bit further to the north and is a little bit stronger, some of these totals will really drop. That does not hold true for some of the northern valleys. However, it'll take a while. There are a number of winter weather alerts in effect. The area in purple is a winter advisory, and that goes into effect at 4 o'clock in the afternoon tomorrow. And then this area shaded in blue, that's where we're seeing the heavier snow. That is a winter storm watch, and it continues all the way through Sunday afternoon. Forecast radar shows that snow coming in around 5 o'clock tomorrow evening in Spokane. A little bit later, 6, 7 in Coeur d'Alene, but around the entire region by 8 o'clock tomorrow evening. Here's a look at your Saturday planner. We're heading up to a high of 35, which is exactly average. We'll be dry through most of the day, and then that snow comes in late. I'll be back with your Sunday forecast and a look at what you could expect next week in just a few minutes. Derek?
Well, Spokane Public Schools has identified over 250 kids who are facing homelessness and don't have support from their parent or legal guardian right now. The district is hosting its annual gift card drive to give those students gifts this holiday season. This is the last weekend for you to donate. The drive ends on Monday to make sure students will be given their gift cards before winter break. While over 250 students are experiencing homelessness, over 1,000 SPS students live in unstable housing situations. When you donate a gift card, these are the students you're helping.
This is for you. This is for you to celebrate the holiday season. And so we really just try to focus on that. Kids don't expect it. So their eyes light up like, oh my gosh, you were thinking of me? So it's pretty amazing on that giving end.
Yeah, I'll bet. If you take a look at your screen right now, these are some of the different ways that you can donate. You can also find these on our website, KXLY.com. If you're looking to enjoy some holiday fun this weekend, Northwest Winterfest is back and indoors at the Spokane County Fair and Expo Center. It's the Pacific Northwest's largest illuminated lantern display. There's also live entertainment, activities for kids, and refreshments. Sam Song, one of the event's co-chairs, says it's a way to celebrate different cultures with your family and embrace the holiday spirit.
I enjoy Spokane so much, and I want to mix in some cultures to the light show during the holiday season. Give something different, and people still enjoy Christmas, culture, arts, festivals. That's why we're here.
The event runs through December 31st. For times and ticket prices, you can find this story on KXLY.com. Well, the Idaho Vandals will be hosting the University of Albany in the FCS quarterfinals tomorrow. A win for the Vandals will put them one step closer to winning a national championship. Sports Director Julian Minnesone says the Vandals are leaning on their home field advantage at the Kibbe Dome.
Idaho's online ticketing system shut down last night due to the influx of people wanting to secure a spot for tomorrow's game. It's expected to be a packed house at the Kibbe Dome. Head coach Jason Eck is hoping that the fans won't be the only advantage come kickoff. A flight from Albany to Moscow is nearly 5 hours. That doesn't even take the time change into consideration. Kickoff is set for 7 o'clock, which is 10 o'clock New York time. This is also the first time Albany will be playing in a dome in 2 years. All of these things could work in the Vandals' favor.
I think definitely they're going to be out of their comfort zone. You know, again, they haven't played a lot in domes. You know, there's so many more FCS schools in the East Coast that, you know, I think they said they've only had 2 flights this year where, you know, we've had, I think, 6 flights this year, you know, for our games out west. So, I mean, that's a big part of why home field advantage is big in the playoffs.
And again, kickoff is at 7 o'clock, and the Vandals are looking for their 3rd trip to the semifinals in school history. The last appearances were 1993 and 1988.
And Montana already punched their ticket to the semifinals tonight. 18,000 fentanyl pills seized at Northern Quest Casino just last month. The ways the drug is hitting native communities especially hard. And a string of home break-ins nationwide blamed on gangs. How to protect your house.
Pick of the night tonight, a beautiful December sunset from Carol Sales Rib Bomb. She captured this image this evening on the Palouse. And yes, December sunsets are prettier than other months. Well, they are among the very prettiest. It has to do with the low sun angle and that clean, clear air with very little moisture in it. It really scatters those wavelengths beautifully. I'll be back with your 7-day.
Download the KXLY Plus app on your connected TV.
4 News Now is brought to you by Summit Cancer Center.
This Christmas, treat yourself to a new Toyota from Findlay and take advantage of year-end specials on your favorite Toyotas. Plus, delay payments for up to 90 days, making it a great time to check off your wish list for that perfect gift from Findlay.
We love our house, but lately we've been feeling a little cramped.
So we talked to ICCU about a new home loan. The process was super quick, and we got a really great rate.
We start house hunting tomorrow.
Preferably something with a bigger garage.
I was only planning to jingle some of the way tonight, but now I think I might be jingling all the way for you.
It's never too early for late night cheer.
How satisfied are you with your visit with us?
I'm not satisfied.
Jimmy Kimmel Live, weeknights on ABC.
Toyotathon is on. Time to make the holidays picture perfect with a new Toyota, like Camry, Tacoma, Grand Highlander, and more. Celebrate the season with a new Toyota. We're gonna need a bigger tree.
Did you know that every new Toyota comes with Toyota Care? A 2-year or 25,000-mile maintenance plan and roadside assistance. That's the value you can expect from Toyota.
'Tis the season for Toyotathon.
Toyota, let's go places.
brand new holiday musical with Elvis Presley, Johnny Cash, Carl Perkins, and Jerry Lee Lewis. $1 Million Quartet Christmas the Musical.
December 23rd at First Interstate Center for the Arts, BroadwaySpokane.com.
Feel the magic of Christmas at Walker's Furniture with big savings of 15 to 40% off. And say yes to no money down, no minimum purchase financing for up to 5 years, making it the season to remember at Walker's.
4 News Now is brought to you by Spokane Tribe Casino.
We'll get ready for the spice to meet the ice in Riverfront Park. The Bearded Ginger Bar and Grill has moved into the Numerica Skate Ribbon Cafe. It's the restaurant's second location, ready to be open year-round. So lace up those skates, loosen your belts, and join them for its opening weekend. It'd be kind of fun to, you know, do a little skating and then grab a burger and a beer or whatever after.
You know, after. Because I just
yeah, you don't want to be out on skates.
I just kind of had a flashback to one too many glasses of wine, and then under the pavilion in the old days that it really hurt.
Might be a lot of some scrapes and bruises.
You need your balance.
For sure.
just a hot tip there. What we don't want to be doing is skating on the roads, and there's just a couple of tricky spots. But right now, boy, it is a nice night to be out and about. Not too chilly, 29 in both Spokane and Coeur d'Alene with clear skies. Not too chilly by inland Northwest standards. We're a hardy bunch after all. 24 for an overnight low tonight. Patchy freezing fog, a possibility with some light wind around the region. 20s just about everywhere. A couple of exceptions, including 12 in Winthrop. The forecast for tomorrow, 35 degrees for a high. Snow moving in late in the afternoon. Southeast winds at 5 to 15. Highs across the region will primarily be above freezing, but here are those exceptions up along the Canadian border, staying right at freezing. A chance of snow. We're at 0 through most of the day, but then it jumps up to 90% at 5 o'clock. We're not easing into this snow. It is going to start on cue right around 5 o'clock. We're going to see some heavier snow in places like Kellogg, Bonners Ferry, Sandpoint. This is the chance for 4 inches or more this weekend, and it looks like we're going to see a big difference in our snowfall total between Spokane and Coeur d'Alene. That does happen from time to time. We're not that far apart, but worlds apart in terms of the topography, and that can make a big difference with a system coming in like this. So we're seeing some of those heavier totals again through North Idaho, not quite making it to Bonners Ferry. That moisture, Kellogg, another place where we're going to see a fair amount of snow, as well as St. Mary's. The mountains, however, that is where, of course, we are going to see the big snows. Snoqualmie and Stevens Pass, both seeing 2 feet or more. 4th of July Pass up to 10 inches of snow, and Lookout Pass, where they really could use some snow in the mountains, not necessarily on the roads. 14 inches of snow over the weekend. Here's a look at your planning forecast. Dry most of the day, then that snow comes in, piles up through the morning in Spokane, again in that 2 to 4 inch range, with a little bit more in Coeur d'Alene. But the tricky part happens sometime between when that snow starts and when that warm air arrives. We will transition over to a rain-snow mix or just flat out rain, and the timing on that is still a work in progress. So it's a very good time to download the 4 News Now First Alert weather app, and we will keep you updated as those changes, new computer models, and different views of this storm come in. Then it's going to be pretty quiet around here through the next week with occasional mountain showers, but high temperatures above freezing, overnights below. Should be pretty easy weather to get around and do your holiday errands. It is a very busy time of year, Derek.
All right, Chris, thank you so much. Well, the fentanyl epidemic impacts most, if not all of us, but it disproportionately affects Native American communities. The drug-related overdose death rate for Native Americans exceeds the national rate, according to the CDC. The Kalispell Tribal Police Department seized over 18,000 fentanyl pills at Northern Quest Casino just last month. U.S. Attorney Vanessa Waldriff testified before the U.S. Senate Committee on Indian Affairs this week about her efforts to combat this issue in eastern Washington. Waldriff tells 4 News Now she's proud of these significant prosecutions, but she's also proud of the educational and preventative measures her team has taken with Native American communities in the area.
These pills can be obtained through buying something on social media. They're widely available, and that's why prevention and education around never taking any substance unless it's prescribed by your doctor for you is so important.
Tribal members say this epidemic has been extremely detrimental to their people.
A lot of our tribes will have members that are families in each tribe, so when one gets hit, even if it's not on our reservation, it's on another one, it impacts us in one way or another.
Jared Michael Erickson says tribes in the area work hard to combat this issue, but they need more resources and more funds. That's why he and others in the Native community are calling on the president to declare a national emergency on the opioid crisis. All right, take a look at your screen here. What you're looking at is a commercial-style pill press that's been seized by police. Investigators say it's capable of making 17,000 pills per hour. Law enforcement says that was found along with a smaller pill press and a large amount of processed drugs, including cocaine, heroin, and a powder that is tested positive for traces of fentanyl. They were found after a months-long investigation involving the Regional Street Crimes Unit. People who live in the West Plains continue to struggle with water contamination. PFAS, known for hazardous effects in humans, are found near Spokane International Airport. The Department of Ecology sent a letter to the airport in August to let it know it's the responsible party for PFAS contamination. West Plains resident Michelle Baca says the airport's silence about PFAS contamination is endangering the community.
I didn't know for quite a period of time. And what do I think about that? I'll just let my silence speak to that.
In August, the DOE invited the airport to a negotiation called an agreed order. The airport asked to extend it until this month. Once the airport signs the agreed order, the next step will be soil and groundwater analysis. The actual cleanup could start as early as next year. The DOE is inviting community members to the hub in Airway Heights next Thursday to hear more about that cleanup process. Well, new on Nightside, a major medical breakthrough. The FDA has approved 2 new treatments for sickle cell disease. One of them, the world's first gene editing therapy. Researchers hope it could eventually help fight cancer, diabetes, and ALS. Here's ABC's Faith Abube.
Tonight, the FDA approving the first 2 breakthrough therapies for sickle cell disease, offering what some researchers call a functional cure for many patients with a debilitating blood disorder. The treatments have the ability to edit patients' DNA in targeted areas, leading to the production of healthy cells and alleviating the excruciating pain and organ damage caused by blood cells that mutate into a crescent or sickle shape. One of the treatments, Casgevy, is the first ever approved therapy that uses the novel gene editing tool CRISPR-Cas9, a kind of molecular scissors which has the ability to remove and replace highly specific sections of DNA.
As we continue to advance the science and the data collection behind it, it is hoped that we can then expand those who are using it.
Connecticut 15-year-old Jonathan Lubin was one of the youngest patients involved in the trials. His family says before he received the CRISPR-Cas9 therapy, he was hospitalized every few months. Now, the teenager says he hasn't had a painful attack in over a year.
Before this whole treatment, it was always, maybe, don't go because you might have a pain crisis. But now, not that I have free reign, but I'm able to do a lot more stuff that I used to be able to.
And the treatment is only approved for patients 12 years and older. It comes with many risks and hurdles. It's expensive. It requires patients to stay in the hospital for several weeks, and it may jeopardize fertility. But still, the medical community is excited that it offers hope for sickle cell patients and that it could help treat other diseases. Faith Abube, ABC News, Silver Spring, Maryland.
Well, research into a universal flu shot to protect against all strains of the virus is inching forward. The global director of vaccine development at the Cleveland Clinic hopes it would encourage more people to get vaccinated. The virus wouldn't go away completely because it's present in animals as well. The vaccine would have to be updated every once in a while.
It will actually be able to make the vaccine more effective, long-lasting, and reduce the number of vaccinations people need to get over their lifetime.
A universal flu vaccine is likely still about 5 years or less away. The new technology could also be useful in work on other viruses like COVID. RSV cases are on the rise as well. RSV is a respiratory virus that causes flu-like symptoms and a nasty cough. Now, some local hospitals are considering bringing back their mask mandates.
Not even probably. We will make it a requirement if the numbers get high enough.
To learn what other factors could lead to the return of the mandate, you can look for this story on KXLY.com. Well, firefighters from the Northern Lakes Fire District are swapping out their fire gear for scuba gear. An inside look at the Northern Lakes dive team next on Nightside.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
Arby's, 2 for $7 every day. The big beefy boy that started it all. 2 of those things for just $7. Arby's, we have the meat.
Another successful year of making spirits bright at Cowley Park. It just keeps getting bigger and better. We couldn't do it without the wonderful help from our sponsors, Ace Hardware and Horizon Credit Union. I'm Mark Peterson with the Extreme Team.
At the Salvation Army, a rent check isn't just a rent check. It's a hangout, a safe haven, a sanctuary, a place to grow and grow closer, a treasured past and plans for the future. With your gift, families know that wherever they go, they can always come back home.
Do more together this holiday in the Chevy that's right for you. The award-winning Chevy Equinox, the hard-working Chevy Silverado, or the all-new high-tech Chevy Trax. Whatever your plans are this season, do more in a new Chevy. Use your Red Tag bonus cash to get $7,000 total cash allowance on this Silverado.
See your hometown Chevy dealer today.
Feel the magic of Christmas at Walker's Furniture with big savings of 15 to 40% off. And say yes to no money down, no minimum purchase financing for up to 5 years, making it the season to remember at Walker's.
Arby's, 2 for $7 every day. A classic, a favorite, an Arby's legend. 2 of those things for just $7. Arby's, we have the meat.
4 News Now is brought to you by STCU and Volunteers Count.
All right, welcome back to Nightside here in your Friday night. Firefighters from the Northern Lakes Fire District are swapping out their fire gear for scuba gear. The dive team plays a big part in keeping you safe on the water in Kootenai County. Right now, the fire department has 4 divers for this team, but hopes to add even more. One benefit to having divers who are also firefighters is their medical training.
We recognize the need that there needs to be a little more diver safety, and with our medical expertise, we feel that we could provide an additional level of service to supplementing the Sheriff's Office dive team.
Now, ultimately, the fire district hopes to have divers on every shift to provide 24/7 coverage. New on Nightside, a string of home break-ins nationwide blamed on gangs. ABC's Andrew Dimbert has the story.
This morning, police are taking new action after a string of home break-ins nationwide blamed on gangs.
It's just leaves you a little unsettled.
In Detroit, dozens of homes have been targeted. The county sheriff now forming a task force to address the problem of transnational gangs from Latin America breaking into houses, often through second-floor windows.
The reason it's so important is because this group is so highly functional, they're well-trained, and they're targeting our region and other places across the country.
The thieves, working in groups of 4 to 6, use signal jammers like this one to disable wireless home security systems that depend on Wi-Fi.
They're looking for high-end value, again, cash, jewelry, watches, high-end purses, and any safes that they can carry with them. And that even includes larger safes if they can carry it and get it out.
4 people are in custody for the Detroit break-ins, and similar gangs have been busted in other parts of the country, moving quickly between neighborhoods. To protect your home, police say use redundant security systems not solely dependent on Wi-Fi, and consider calling police if your Wi-Fi goes down without explanation. In addition to high-end homes, the gangs are targeting jewelry stores and cars.
All right, that was Andrew Dimber reporting in Las Vegas. New surveillance video shows the final moments of the deadly shooting on the University of Nevada, Las Vegas campus. You see the gunman follow a campus police officer who then turns around and opens fire, killing him. Police are still trying to figure out a motive, saying the gunman had a list of people he was targeting, but ended up shooting 4 other faculty members who happened to be around. 3 of those shot were killed, while the 4th is in the hospital. Well, today, Ethan Crumbly was sentenced to life without parole for killing 4 of his classmates and hurting 7 others in the 2021 Michigan school shooting. Crumbly, who was 15 at the time of the shooting, pleaded guilty last year to 24 charges, including first-degree premeditated murder and terrorism causing death. Well, we went one-on-one with Spokane Velocity head coach Lee Wiedman. His expectation for the team's first season coming up next in sports.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app.
4 News Now is brought to you by Visit Downtown Coeur d'Alene this holiday season.
Look, they're arriving!
ABC Sunday is a night of Disney holiday magic.
Surprise!
First, Mickey Saves Christmas.
Merry Christmas, everybody! But wait, it gets even better.
Then, hold on to your mittens for Olaf's Frozen Adventure.
Are you with me? Ow!
And on the wonderful world of Disney, the family favorite, Frozen.
Oh, I'll meet you guys at the castle!
The gift of Disney holiday fun. Sunday starting at 7/6 Central on ABC.
Whatever the holidays mean to you, get the most out of them in a new Honda. Whether it's taking in the lights with all your friends in a spacious Accord, or taking in a snow day in a rugged CRV. Your holiday adventure awaits with a new Honda during Happy Honda Days. Buy online, reserve from select dealers, or visit your local Honda dealer today.
Spokane's grand holiday tradition lives at Christmas Tree Elegance in the Davenport Hotel and River Park Square. Fabulous packages raffled to support our symphony.
We want a tree.
We want a tree, and so can you.
Your whole health is more than what you find at the doctor's office, because it's all around you. The food you eat, what makes you happy, and what keeps you up at night. The place you call home. It's why we created a health insurance company that considers so much more. WellPoint, your whole health is our whole point.
This Christmas, treat yourself to a new Toyota from Findlay and take advantage of year-end specials on your favorite Toyotas. Plus, delay payments for up to 90 days, making it a great time to check off your wish list for that perfect gift from Findlay.
We are now 99 days away from the Spokane Velocity's first soccer match at One Spokane Stadium. Sports Director Julian Minensone caught up with head coach Lee Wiedman ahead of tomorrow's Spokane tryouts.
What was the reaction when you found out you were the guy?
It was extremely exciting, of course, to know that I was getting this opportunity to work with the organization. I knew from the interview process the people that were involved and the vision for the club. So to be chosen to be the leader of that was absolutely fantastic. It came at a very interesting time for me because I was in the USL Championship final with another organization, so 2 good positives there, but it was really about managing those emotions. So it was exciting.
We're on the eve of the tryouts here, at least the Spokane tryouts. What are you looking for as far as the type of players you want to bring into the club now you're building it from the ground up?
Yeah, we've got a real clear identity in how we want to play as a team in connection to our organization, and we want to find guys that fit that identity. But the big thing for us is also finding good people. We want good people in the organization. We've got that in the front office. We've got that in the technical staff, and we want to make sure we follow that with guys on the pitch.
What's success in year one?
Success in year one is really getting that identity dialed in on the field, getting the correct players to fit our identity, and then having a real clear style of play for us in year one. So if you're at the last game of the season, you can look at our team and say, that is a Spokane Velocity team. We want to win, we want to be successful, we want to get into playoffs. I want to make that very clear, but you've got to balance the reality of that too, in year one being an expansion team.
A huge piece of this, of course, is One Spokane Stadium.
What are your thoughts on that monster that was built here in downtown?
It's extremely impressive. I followed along with the announcements of the stadium. I saw renderings, I saw photos as it was getting built, and then I saw the final version of it on social media, and then to actually get to see it in real life, it is a sight to be seen. It's an impressive stadium, so we're super excited to be playing in that on March 16th at home.
I know you're still exploring the Spokane community a little bit, but with the successful fan bases that the Timbers have and the Rain and the Sounders, what do you think it is about the Northwest that embraces soccer so much?
There's a real sporting community here. You know, Spokane specifically, you've got the universities here, some very successful sports teams within each university. So there is a real sports community here. People want to buy into something. They want to believe in something. They want to be entertained. They want to go and have fun. Who doesn't? So I think not just specifically in the Northwest, but across the world, people want to see that.
And the Velocity have already sold 3,800 season tickets. The first home match, as he said, March 16th at One Spokane Stadium. All right, new on Nightside, clinicians, researchers, and doctors from the NFL gathered in Concord, Massachusetts today to offer guidance on how to prevent further harm in athletes when it comes to brain injuries. Some of the recommended guidelines: eliminating unnecessary contact to the head and neck area and penalizing players for such contact. The summit comes amid an increase of attention on traumatic brain injury and chronic traumatic encephalopathy, or CTE, in sports. The participants also discuss a need on how to diagnose CTE in people who are living. CTE has only been formally diagnosed with an autopsy.
Live stream KXLY Plus on the 4 News Now app. At 4 News Now, we believe you should expect more from local news. Our team is committed to a community conversation and bringing you information you need when and where you need it. Numerica believes in and supports that mission.
Roundup's like an accidental savings account. I get paid every time I buy something. It's like a bonus for me.
Stay safe while traveling this winter. Before you head out, trust the First Alert weather team to pinpoint the safest times to go and exactly what to expect. 4 News Now First Alert weather on air, on the app, and streaming on KXLY Plus.
This Christmas, treat yourself or a loved one to a new vehicle from Finley. With delayed payments for up to 90 days and bigger than normal trade-in values for your old ride, giving you plenty of reasons to upgrade to a new RAV4, Tacoma, or Tundra truck. And if you're looking for a certified pre-owned vehicle, we've got lots of great choices for everyone.
I'm looking for something sporty and fast.
Don't you have somewhere to be?
Ho, ho, ho!
'Tis the season for big mattress savings during the year-end inventory reduction sale at Walker's.
Find your comfort on a new Beautyrest Black Hybrid or save big on Hot Buy mattresses. Plus save 25% on Beautyrest Harmony year-end model close-ups. And say yes to no money down. No minimum purchase financing for up to 5 years.
Plus, get $300 of additional free furniture with qualifying mattress purchases, making it a season to remember during the year-end sale at Walker's.
92.9 ZZU. ZZU.
See breaking news in your area or have a story idea? Contact 4 News Now.
Tomorrow morning, early afternoon is going to be a great time to run all those errands if you've got a bunch of driving to do, or maybe put up the Christmas lights. The snow comes in right around supper time, and then we'll continue through Sunday morning. Then it's going to turn over into a mess. Some rain, snow. If you do have intentions to shovel, I would do it early Sunday before it turns into soup and then freezes, and then you've got all kinds of issues.
All right, yeah, or be ready for it tomorrow night. Well, today we said goodbye and good luck to photojournalist Ernie Vela. Ernie has worked in news in the state for nearly 40 years. Wow. My fellow Moses Lake High School grad, is a 2-time Emmy Award winner and one of our station's favorite people. So Ernie, congratulations on your retirement. retirement from all of us here at 4 News Now. We're going to miss him.
Yes, we are. He's going to retire well.
I think so, too. Have a great week.